I would say this. I like conservatives. I like hanging out with conservatives. I like debating conservatives. I never find a rude conservative. It's almost impossible to find. I get nothing but love from conservatives. I spoke at Liberty University, the largest evangelical conservative Christian college in America. I spoke in front of 14,000 people. You've done the exact same gig. These people know my views. They know I'm married to a man. I got a standing ovation. They couldn't have been nicer. I wandered around campus for a couple hours, people coming up to me saying all sorts of nice things. By the way, some people did come up to me and say, I'm praying for you. And I don't know if they meant that I'm praying for you, meaning I'm trying to pray the gay away, or I'm just praying like your continued success or whatever, but it would almost be irrelevant to me. Even if someone,
I'm praying the gay away, well, that's not offensive. If they're not saying I'm gonna,
club me over the head.
We're gonna put you somewhere you shouldn't be. I'm praying for you.
And by the way,
okay, I can deal with that.
Someone that comes up to you with a smile on their face and says a bunch of nice things and then says, and I'm praying for you.
Right.
That's actually a lot nicer than a progressive who will scream all day how much they love gay people and then will unleash endless hate on me because I don't bow to them.
Dear God. He keeps going lower, and I think, well, surely that's the bottom of the barrel, but the humiliation knows no bounds. And honestly, her commentary might have been even worse. I want to give him credit before we start, let's keep it real, mocking what Dave Rubin had to say there. He did say it wouldn't matter to me if they were saying praying for my continued success, which is probably what they're doing. That's probably what they meant at Liberty, or praying the gay away. It wouldn't matter to him. I believe him. I think his entire career is founded on that not bothering him, or at least him pretending publicly that it doesn't bother him. That the fact that his side constantly mocks him and degrades him, and people like him, much more importantly, that in fact right-wing thought these days is mostly just attacking members of the LGBTQ community. The fact that he can pretend that that doesn't bother him, or that it authentically doesn't, is his whole thing. That's his shtick. That's why he is now a millionaire, because he is a gay man that tells Republicans it's good to hate people like him. It's a legitimate work if you can get it, I suppose, Francesca, but that's the honest thing he had to say there. The rest of it is ridiculous, and we'll get into it.
Dave Rubin is so sad. I mean, I truly like my heart breaks a little bit, but he's brought it all on himself. And meanwhile, you've got Candace Owens saying, yeah, it's not like they're stabbing you or shooting you or hanging you yet. It's not like all the, every time, again, like going back to fascism, it starts with words, then it moves to actions. It starts with you can't be at our conference, then it moves to you can't exist at all. And actually, we don't accept gay people going to this school. And in fact, we're gonna hunt you down. In fact, we're gonna hate crime you, right? Like don't pretend like violence isn't wrought on the LGBTQ community every single damn day. And I'm just gonna say what you said, but double down on it. Both Candace Owens and Dave Rubin have made their millions by being, quote unquote, the good black person, the good gay person, the conservative who's willing to throw their entire community under the bus because I'm not currently being killed. So
which you can
I'm
do.
Gonna make
You're
millions.
allowed to do it. There's always gonna be people willing to do that. There's always gonna be money waiting for people who do that. You can do that. That's totally fine. That's up to you. If Dave Rubin actually agrees politically, philosophically more with the right, then that's perfectly legitimate for him to want to surround himself with people who think that him and his lifestyle is immoral in some way that I'll never understand. He can do that. I think it's a pretty easy thing for him to do because I spent time around the guy. He doesn't have two political thoughts to rub together. So reinventing himself as a right winger is a pretty easy thing to do when you don't really think anything about politics. But and again, I'm not gay. So if you want to say it's not offensive for someone to say they're praying the gay away, that's up to you. It's not up to me whether that's offensive or not. But it seems bad to me. If somebody was praying away anything else about your identity, your race or your sexuality or whatever, it seems a little bit messed up. And again, he gets to decide as an individual what is more offensive. He said there, and so I'm gonna take his claim seriously. It is less offensive for a conservative to say they're praying that something fundamental and baked into his identity would change somehow than it is that progressives disagree with him. So it is more legitimate to hate him for who he is than to dislike him for what he does, what he says. That makes no sense to me whatsoever, but that is a very clear claim that he made. That is how he sees the world. It's, I think, ridiculous. It's humiliating. But in his defense, he has a much nicer, larger house than me. So,
yeah, I'd rather you hate me for something I can't change about myself. What?
Yeah. And by the way, we defend him. I have defended him. Like, for instance, we're gonna remind you of some of the other ridiculous depths he has sunk to. So when he announced that he was going to be having a child with his husband, he was absolutely vilified by so many people that give him standing ovations for saying that there shouldn't be taxes on the wealthy or whatever. That was so awful. So awful that someone would think it's their place to have an issue with him having kids. They say they want families, but only certain types of families, it turns out. So we defend him. Like, it is insane to attack someone for something like this. Attacking them for the horrible things they say, their advocacy, the fact that they provide cover for a political movement that is absolutely targeting on a daily basis the LGBTQ community. I would love to ask Dave Rubin, like, oh, it's just the lefties that are so bad when it comes to this. Why are people bringing bats wrapped in barbed wire to drag queen story hours, Dave? Why are they doing that? Why are conservatives doing that? Is that lib intolerance, or is it an increasingly violent mobilization of the right against members of the LGBTQ community? Why does that not seem to bother you? I'm not asking you as a gay man, I'm asking you as a conservative. Why does it not bother you that your side of the political aisle has staked their entire political fortunes on attacking members of these communities? But along the way, if they attack him for his identity, we're gonna defend him the same way we would literally anyone else, because it is an illegitimate thing to be attacking someone for.
I have to say, I mean, it's so sad to me that he's part of the conservative movement and can't even push them on anything. Like they say jump and he says how high. He will not push them on anything. And I gotta say, he's gotten a lot of crap from the right about the surrogacy with and I from the left actually really, like, it sends chills down my spine that he and his husband are having surrogates at a time when, or having children through surrogates at a time when their party is stripping all reproductive rights and health care from people across this country, from people who can have babies. That if you're in a red state and you are having a miscarriage or something happens with the fetus, that your life is secondary. Even, I mean, it doesn't even matter, you could both die. And here he is, he will defend that right to basically sentence women to die and their unborn kids to die, while he's simultaneously taking advantage of uteruses to like grow a family. I just, that is so disgusting to me. So I'm not gonna defend, honestly, I don't defend his like surrogacy and him and his husband having a family. No, because they're not standing up for family values. They're not standing up for people with uteruses. They're not standing up for reproductive rights, but they sure as hell will take advantage of it. It's awful.
That's a good point. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. This is right-wing grift. This is what it is. It is these people who have identified a very particular way to make way more money than they could make in any other way. And in both sides of that table, by the way, these are people that have tried to make money in every other way they can. Candace Owens was like a rabid anti-Trump person briefly, making like jokes about his penis being small and stuff like that. That didn't make her the money, so she changed over to Trump is the best ever. Dave Rubin has tried literally everything under the sun to get people to pay attention to him, and then reinvented himself as the guy who's like not a. He's talking about debating conservatives. What the hell are you debating conservatives on? You can't remember the last time you disagreed with a conservative. He's still pretending that he's not a conservative. That might be the most humiliating thing. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.